Have you ever wondered what it feels like to lose everything? To watch your entire world shatter in an instant? Well, that's exactly what happened to Whiskers, the cat who had everything, until the day it all vanished. And trust me, it's not what you think. Whiskers wasn't just any ordinary cat. He had a life every feline dreamed of: soft, luxurious beds, endless treats, and a loving family. But in the blink of an eye, all of it slipped through his paws. One tragic moment tore apart his perfect world, leaving him desperate and alone. What happened next? Well, you're about to witness a journey that will rip your heart out. But I promise you, by the end, you'll believe in miracles again. It all started on a calm afternoon. Whiskers lounged lazily in his sunlit corner, soaking up the warmth, when the rumble of a moving truck outside caught his attention. He peered out the window and saw his human, Emily, hugging a stranger with a new cat carrier. Whiskers felt a strange unease. What was going on? The next thing he knew, Emily's gentle hand scooped him up, and instead of the usual comforting embrace, she placed him inside the carrier. Confusion clouded Whiskers' mind. Was this a trip to the vet? He didn't know. All he knew was that everything felt off, but nothing could have prepared him for what happened next. The car drove for what felt like hours, until finally the carrier door swung open. But it wasn't at home. Number Whiskers had been abandoned in the middle of a strange, desolate alleyway. His heart pounded. Why would Emily, the human he trusted most, leave him like this? Alone, cold, forgotten? The days that followed were pure survival. Whiskers wandered through the alleyways, dodging aggressive strays, scavenging for scraps in dumpsters, and hiding from looming threats. The once pampered cat was now nothing more than a shadow of his former self. His fur matted and dirty. His eyes, no longer vibrant but filled with sorrow and confusion. But amid this misery, Whiskers met others who had suffered the same fate. Stray cats who once had homes, love, and warmth, but were cast aside for reasons beyond their control. They formed a ragtag group, a family forged not by blood, but by shared pain. There was Shadow, a sleek black cat who lost his home when his human moved away, and Patches, a calico who had been dumped when her owner adopted a younger kitten. Together, they shared stories of their past lives, their losses, and their shared hope of finding something better. But hope was a fragile thing out here. One night, as Whiskers sat under a cold moon, he made a decision. He wouldn't just survive, he would fight. For himself, for Shadow, for Patches, for every cat that had been tossed aside like yesterday's news. He would find a way back, or maybe, just maybe, something even better. Whiskers had grown stronger, faster, smarter, more resilient, but the streets were unforgiving. One fateful night, as they scavenged near a bustling market, disaster struck. A pack of feral dogs spotted the group. Chaos erupted. Cats scattered, hissing and clawing to escape the jaws of danger. But in the midst of the chaos, Patches froze in terror. Whiskers didn't hesitate. He charged at the dogs, claws out, heart racing. His mind screamed for him to run, but something inside wouldn't let him. He couldn't lose anyone else, not again. The largest dog lunged at Whiskers, and for a terrifying moment, it seemed like this was the end. But then, from the shadows, a human voice yelled, "Hey!" A large figure stormed into view, waving a broom. The dogs yelped and fled, tails between their legs. Whiskers, panting and bruised, looked up to see a scruffy old man standing there, an unlikely savior. The old man, a kind-hearted street vendor named Mr. Thompson, scooped up Whiskers and his friends. He had been watching them for days, noticing their struggle. He had seen how Whiskers, though once broken, had become a leader, a protector. Mr. Thompson brought them back to his small, cozy home. Nothing fancy, but warm and safe. For the first time in weeks, Whiskers felt the soft touch of a blanket and the comforting sound of a gentle human voice. Mr. Thompson wasn't rich, and his house was far from grand, but he gave Whiskers and his friends what they needed most: love, care, and a new chance at life. As Whiskers lay by the fire that night, he realized something profound. He hadn't lost everything. In fact, he had gained a family far more precious than anything he had before. Whiskers' journey wasn't just about survival. It was about finding hope when all seemed lost. If you want to see more heartwarming, incredible stories like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join us for the next adventure. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.